8, eh? And then they forgot their masks, and then I had to run around everywhere.
Here we go. Are you playing? Come. We're going to go. We're going to start in 2 minutes.
And
eh?
the
Let's go.
masks are in the...
Come, boys. Masks off. We're going to start in 2 minutes. Here we go.
Quickly!
We need to get that live stream going, guys.
Masks off, whoever's on the field.
Here we go, boys.
The rest, masks on the bench, please.
I don't need you. You've done like 20 times, bro. COVID's not going anywhere near you.
It's fine.
Is that everyone, eh?
What's it
Oh, you guys got white socks on?
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, we're going to wear bibs.
No, it's because we have mixed matches, so we said keep it simple. Everybody the same.
There we go. Oh, there we go.
Whoever's on the field, whoever's starting now, marshal.
Here we go, boys.
Bags over there.
Those on the bench. Off there, we're going to start straight away. Here we go, just for the other one. Here we go, good luck, my man. Gary, go on the far side so then you can change. Yeah, if you don't want to run late for the first. Yeah. Who?
Brett's
I'll find him.
Fine, we've got an expert here umpiring. I have to coach.
Got a whistle. Somebody got a whistle. Wait, should have my bag. Right down here.
Sorry. Was there only 3 masks in the bag? Oh, there's only 3 now.
Game underway. Center forward, center link.
Look behind the box if there's another one. Take a foot.
Bosch having a big defense here. Try head it away under pressure. Looking to go backwards. Gives a nice ball straight into Paarl Boy's defender.
Go! Turn and face! Paarl! Here we go! Man on!
Rondebosch looking go down the left flank here. Oh, good pass.
Good!
Pass again! Middle! Okay!
Looking to find a slap in there. Finds a foot just outside the D.
Not bad.
Chance for Rondebosch to get in the ball in the D.
Areas, please!
Bosch looking to get a win after last week's loss against Weinberg. They're playing with a 4-3-3 today. Both teams are Paarl Boys and Rondebosch. Let's see how it plans out.
Yeah, no worries.
Rondebosch controlling the early minutes here with the ball, looking to find a way into the D. Oh, and it's a breakaway. Can they make something out of this? Ooh, the last centre back covering there. Into the D, was that a foot? No. Outside the box, chance for Rondebosch to maybe get down the other side of the pitch.
Paarl boys back in position with the ball. They're looking to get a little counter going. And Bosch gets it. They've got like a 4v4 going on here. They're trying to beat them for pace. And he just takes too long to release the ball with one bad touch. And now Paarl boys is back on the attack.
Oh, very good tackle. Chance to get up the pitch here for Rondebosch. Oh, unlucky.
They're playing ping pong hockey at the moment, just going up and down, back and forth. Possession, I would say, is pretty even right now. Rondebosch, 16 year off the ball win, right through the D, no defending.
Ooh, good pass. Good tackle. Chance for Paarl boys to get down the right flank here.
Paarl boys fulfilling the areas, hits the ball into D, but Rondebosch left back steps in and covers the area. Paarl boys got an attacking free hit just outside the D, looking to go in the circle here.
Good opportunity here to try and find a foot. Rondebosch get it out. Oh, it's back in. Could that be a short point? No. Ball to Rondebosch, 16.
Rondebosch on join the D, needs to get the pace, needs to get the pace.
Get there, Liam!
Paarl boys just well defended, very composed defense.
Paarl boys right back looking to take it down the field. Good tackle.
Paarl boys gets in the ball into the fake pockets.
Good tackle by Rondebosch's right wing.
We see as Bosch create those fake pockets in the middle to try and remove the pressure.
Very fast-paced game as we start here. No team looking to slow it down.
He tries to get a little ball in the D. It does enter the D, wrist trap on the defender, and attacker's looking very hungry for the ball. He looks like he wants to score, and defender gets the ball top D, but Paarl boys wins it back. He's looking for a pass into the D. Another Paarl boys defender gets it. He passes it in the D, and it's a miss swing.
Looking quite scrappy at the back there. Just trying to get it in there, get in the D, hope for a short corner maybe.
They're looking for a little ball through, but unfortunately that's a 45 ball into the Paarl boys players. And Bosch gets the ball back, centre forward on the ball. He touches it, he's looking for a pass, he gets a gun pass, and he's in the D. Look, is he going to have a shot? The Paarl boys defender steps in, and goes out for a 16.
16 here for Paarl boys. Can they work their way up the pitch? Good piece of skill from the centre back.
Done to players. boys, but they're in the
Rondebosch
D
have a
now.
chance here.
And they
Oh!
and it's a foot, unlucky. Rondebosch win the ball off their press again. Paarl boys want to straight back and Rondebosch again. This is what we're talking about the ping pong hockey going back and forth the whole time. Both teams have entered the D a fair amount of times, but Paarl boys looking a little bit more composed in the D than Rondebosch is at the moment.
Good pass. Opportunity at low 3-on-2. Oh, good tackle.
Defender steps in over, the stick down strong.
Unable to get a pass through to the links. Oh, as Rondebosch miss it up front and it goes out for a 16.
Would have been looking good if he received that pass. Paarl boys trying to get out the 16 again. Paarl boys getting past his first time in Rondebosch defense very easily, but the midfielders clutching up.
That's a good opportunity for Rondebosch here.
And he's in the D, and he misses another one inside the D, but it comes straight back to Rondebosch's right link. He burns a
Finds his way into the
and he
D.
gets a shot off, and he misses, but there's a Rondebosch on post, and he also misses deflection. Rondebosch has the Swiss on the side, and he looks, I think he's looked like he's going to try to run it in here.
No, it's like a battle call.
And it's out for a 16.
Right. Is that your spectators event there?
Paarl boys have been, until now, they've been getting past Rondebosch's attack pretty easily, but then when the midfielders step in, they've been doing pretty well.
Rondebosch with the ball on the right flank.
Go forward, Neil! Forward!
Looking to take man on himself. Down the right wing there.
Here! Here! Dean, on the post!
Paarl boys playing a very man-to-man system of hockey here, with one of the Paarl boys attackers hanging very high up on the field, especially for this instant where they have a counter. That was a good pass. Rondebosch could have been in trouble, but Rondebosch stepped in and won it. But now Paarl boys is on the attack again. He pops it once, he's beaten two defenders, and then Rondebosch's left back steps in and clears it, but they called foot just outside the goal.
Okay, Mark, want to go for you must come off.
Paarl boys got a free hit just outside the 25. They've got three defenders in the circle. They're still in their 3-3 formation. The right wing leads out wide, and he hits it straight into his foot. Paarl boys on the top D, and they get a short corner. Let's see how they're going to set up here. They're set up with one castle, they slip with two castles. Let's see how they're going to set up.
Can Paarl boys capitalize on this situation? We will see.
Rondebosch defense was looking kind of scrappy there at the top D. Went through two of Rondebosch's players and he put on his foot. And now they've got the shorty.
Looking like they're setting two castles up. No one on the left. Or no, maybe just one castle.
One castle and a guy running. And they've also set up a slip now.
Goes to castle one.
But they've also won into this trap. But Paarl boy still has the ball. Is he going to get it? He gets it again. Let's see what happens. And Rondebosch gets the ball from a good defense. Obstruction. Leave it! Hits it straight into his guy's foot. And now Rondebosch is on the attack on the left hand side of the field. Rondebosch wins the ball in the center of the field, but it hits his foot. Paarl boy's ball. Paarl Boys defender steps in and goes through 3 defenders with 1 pass, and Paarl Boys is stuck in the midfield. Is he going to keep the ball? He gets a nice pass away, but straight into Rondebosch, and Rondebosch is on the attack. They've got a little 4v4 going on, but Rondebosch's Paarl Boys left back steps in and takes care of any issues.
Yeah, I'm healed. Healed. When you can.
Substitution being made here by Rondebosch. Rondebosch looking to drive. Can they go down the left-hand side here? Arcs out, finds the option. Very good hockey.
Nathan, hold the pocket, please.
In the middle, a bad first touch.
Ooh,
Gets the ball.
in the D.
Could be a pass to key spots.
I'll
He
come,
beats 1,
guys.
he beats
Come,
1,
I'll come.
he beats 2, finish. There, Rondebosch still has the ball, just went outside the
Guys,
D,
help him out. There's no one
and
helping
it
him
goes
out.
out on the left-hand side of the field in the final quarter.
Reggie here. Here. Saki.
Ball for Rondebosch here just outside, which means they can go straight into the D if they want to.
Stick him on. Stick
Paarl
him
Boys
on.
wins the ball in
Guys, take the
the
whistle,
hectic
please.
defense.
Wide, Dan. Dan, wide.
Wide
Now,
ball.
Dan,
Rondebosch
Dan, what's
looking
here?
very dangerous here on the
Come back,
left-hand
Dan.
side. Looking to find a way into the D though. Can't seem to get that final play.
Bosch gets the ball in the same spot again, but this time he goes down the line instead of straight into the D.
Oh, good tackle.
Paarl Boys wins the ball back, and they're looking to counter from this. He gets a good touch infield, but Rondebosch's left back beats him for pace. And let's see what he's going to do. He's very composed, beats the one, he's coming in front of another one, and he slaps it right back to his left leg. Rondebosch is on attack again.
Oh, good piece of skill right there. Oh, this is a great opportunity for
Gets the ball
Rondebosch.
on top D, and he just passes it straight back.
Pass forward.
Gets the ball in the D, he's going to have a shot.
Oh, just flies far back post. Unable to get there.
Player just misses it.
Good play by Rondebosch. Rondebosch seeming to take the ball up the field here, dominating with a bit of territory.
Come on, go just behind Nathan. Come on, higher. Dan, close side, Dan.
Paarl Boys feeling under pressure.
Here we
to
go,
get
pick it
that
up.
one out of that situation. But Paarl Boys
Here
on
we
the
go.
attack again. Paarl Boys quite a quickish shot out here.
The ball seems to go into the parking lot. Stop time.
I feel like both teams are getting the same amount of entries into the D and chances. I just feel like both teams are very composed. They're just not getting that last touch, as we saw from Rondebosch there about a minute ago. I think they just need to be a bit more composed in the D, and I think they just need to start making their passes and taking shots as soon as they enter the D, and I think this could be a very intense, high-scoring match.
Come on, Mark, go out.
16 to Paarl Boys. Very, very fast-paced game today.
As we see time and time again, Paarl Boys getting through that front row of Rondebosch in the midfield, stepping in if they hit it away. Paarl Boys on the attack. He hits one far post. Oh! And Paarl Boys' right wing just doesn't get a touch to it. That would have been a guaranteed goal if he got a touch there. I'm feeling like Rondebosch is dominating the midfield, but when it comes to attack, I definitely would say Paarl Boys is working harder and they're just creating more chances. Rondebosch in a sticky situation, but one defender is hungry for goals and he wins the ball back in the final quarter. He passes it back to his left link, but he mistraps the ball. Paarl Boys defender still hungry for the ball and he's fighting, but Bosch is also fighting. And now they won the ball back. Paarl Boys still on the ball and he hits it out. So Rondebosch ball and they're looking to attack now. As we see there, Rondebosch midfield just is dominating there. Every single time it comes to the midfield, Bosch is trying to capitalize and count on their midfielders to step in and make the tackles. But Paarl Boys is on the attack now. But Bosch's defender steps in, but he mistraps the ball. Paarl Boys still on the attack. He steps one to their centre forward and he mistraps it, but the right wing picks it up on the top of the D and he hits it in. And then Paarl Boys defender mistraps it, but their centre link picks the ball up again.
Right wing got the ball for Rondebosch. What can he do here? Centre forward got the ball. Trying to find a ball through. Oh, good play by Rondebosch. Backstick. Oh, good save by keeper.
To Rondebosch. That was a good attack. As we said again, Rondebosch very composed till they get into the D and then they start panicking and they're just not finishing. Like, all the passes leading up to the D is insane, and then once they get into the D, they have their shots and it just goes wide.
Slap into the D. What a deflection by Rondebosch's right wing.
Rondebosch's right wing, first goal of the season, fun fact, and it was a gun slap into the D, and that's an absolute screamer.
Angles the stick slightly just so that that ball can be lifted into the air and that the keeper is not able to save it with his feet. Very good deflection by the Rondebosch right wing. Paarl Boys set the ball and play continues.
We're going to have to see how Paarl Boys reacts to this goal. As we can see, it's been quite an even match until now. And Rondebosch leads, and Rondebosch wins the ball, but Paarl Boys wins it back. Once again, there's ping pong hockey back and forth the whole time. Paarl Boys looking to attack on the right side, but Rondebosch steps in and takes the ball back. And he hits a ball, and it should roll out unless Rondebosch's left wing wants to get there. And yeah.
Paarl Boys ball. Ball just outside the D, tries to get the flick in. Oh, centre forward just unable to get that final touch.
As you can see, Rondebosch on the attack here, he gets a foot. Oh no, but it goes towards Paarl Boys. And Paarl Boys looking to attack again, and then it goes onto his foot. Rondebosch on the attack here, going down the right side, gets it to the right winger, and Rondebosch trying to fulfill the areas inside the D. As he enters the D now, he's looking for a ball across, and Paarl Boys defender does well to clear it. Long corner.
Long corner here to Raul. Looks like he wants to bring it a bit wider. Long corner here for Rondebosch. Can they capitalize here? What are they going to do? Gets tackled by Paarl Boys. Trying to work it down the left-hand side here. Good tackle by the Rondebosch player.
Paarl Boys defender steps in, gets a touch. Paarl Boys defender working hard to win the ball back, but Rondebosch, it's a 2v1, so Rondebosch should every single time come up on top.
Pass again. That's much better.
2 minutes, 24 seconds on the clock here. Rondebosch would love to go into the half 1-0 up.
And Peter Skulk on the right link there just could not get to the ball there. Better luck next time.
Why my forwards not high?
Rondebosch entering the D, Tate in the D. Oh, and it's just a swing and a miss. Paarl Boys has the advantage here. They receive the ball at halfway line, but Bosch steps in, very physical there, and he runs into another defender, so he loses the ball, but he wins the penalty.
Grip on the post, please. Grip.
Goal scorer looking to come back here into the game with a substitution for the last 1 minute and 38 seconds. Maybe to add just a little freshness for this last bit of play. Into the D by Rondebosch. Goes for a shot, backstick. Keeper kicks it out, hits their player, and it is a short corner to Rondebosch.
Rondebosch a little bit more composed there. It gets a shot off, which is how you score goals. The more shots you take, the more goals you take, as I normally say. Okay, Rondebosch setting up with quite a few plays here. Rondebosch is calling the plays even though there's 50 seconds left on the clock. Rondebosch first castle stops it and he pings it into the bottom right corner.
Straight beat by Rondebosch's
Centre back. Rondebosch centre back. Just as the push comes out, the stop, a little bit of a mistrap, but it works out in Rondebosch's favour as it goes straight back into the D, and all he has to do is wind up and take a ping and just place it. 25 seconds left of this half. I'm pretty sure Paarl Boys did not want to concede another one just before the end of half time, but unfortunately they're going to have to deal with it, and they're going to have to maybe score another one just before half time. But Rondebosch steps in and makes sure that isn't going to happen. Rondebosch defense looking a bit more composed now in the final second, and that should be half time. What do you think of the first half, Ben?
I think the early minutes were very close. As the game went on, Rondebosch seemed to get more chances within the D. Very good short corner late there, and that deflection, very good play by the right wing. I feel like it's little plays like that will give you the edge in this game. Very good by Rondebosch. Hopefully Paarl Boys come back stronger in the second half and give this a good game.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree with you. Both teams looking at getting more composed as the game goes along. Just the only issue in both teams is the finishing, which Rondebosch has sorted out towards the end of the half, getting two very insanely good goals at the end of the half there. Now for a quick halftime break. feel like both the umpires have been doing pretty well during this game, both making the good decisions, just one or two errors, but besides that, I feel like they're doing pretty well. So let's see in the second half how the teams are going to change up their tactics. See if they're going to, if Paarl Boys is going to stick with the same formation. I'm pretty sure Bosch will stick with the same formation because it clearly is working. But we going to have to wait and see.
And the lights come on here as we're about to start the second half. Paarl Boys with the ball.
And as we can see, Rondebosch starting again with the 4-3-3, and Paarl Boys also starting with the standard 4-3-3 formation. They haven't changed anything. Let's see if they're going to be more attacking in the second half, because they're going to have to be if they're going to want to win this game. And the second half is underway with Paarl Boys heading it back to his centre link. He's looking to attack straight off the start, but Rondebosch steps in and wins the ball. But it's very scrappy there in the middle of the field, but Rondebosch comes out on top.
Paarl Boys with the ball, left back, going for a straight hit down the line. Fortunately, doesn't connect. Paarl Boys ball just up the field. Still looking to attack down this left-hand flank. Oh, mistake by the Rondebosch centre back. Chance for Paarl Boys. Able to find a man in the D. Shot. Goal.
And a gun goal from Paarl Boys. Just scrappy play from Rondebosch just outside the D. But they managed to capitalise on Rondebosch's mistakes for the first time in this game. And it looks like it's going to be quite a bang-over game now. 2-1 to Rondebosch.
Very good goal there. Capitalising on a mistake by the centre back of Rondebosch. And now Paarl Boys are definitely back in this game. Hopefully confidence will grow within the boys.
Rondebosch on the attack again, looking to maybe try to get back their two-goal lead. Here he passes it into the middle, but it's a bit of a scrappy pass, and Paarl Boys picks the ball up again, and they here on attack. But Paarl Boys, something happens to him, and he's on the floor now. And Rondebosch running straight towards the D. He gets a pass off, but straight into the Rondebosch player. He had so much time there. I think he should have just waited a little bit more. And then we have danger. I think that shot was taken in the D, but he calls it just outside. Okay, and Rondebosch again, you know, just outside the circle, going back, and they're going back and forth, and Paarl Boys and Rondebosch is playing ping pong at the moment still, even after the first half, and they've had their team talks. They each other's just getting the ball, and I've seen one to be more composed on the outside, and they're hitting it into the middle. They're getting lots of opportunities.
Wait, you gotta move, you gotta move.
Wide, go, go!
Paarl boys ball here. Looking to potentially go straight into the D. Unfortunately, the slap doesn't come through. Could it be a counter here for Rondebosch?
Peter Scott on the ball, running on the right side, looking to try his right forward, but Paarl's guy catches up to him very quickly. He tries to turn the player, and he's on the outside now. And he's running towards the D, looking for a pass. He makes a successful pass, but Rondebosch's right wing diminishes you.
Get it out! There we go! Run, run!
And Rondebosch gets the ball again on the outside. This left back is having an amazing game so far, and he's just stepping and he's running hard. I love to see it from Rondebosch. And Rondebosch wins the ball here on the attack, but once again another mistrap from Rondebosch, but they managed to win the ball back, and now we got a 2v2 here, and he's running towards the D. He takes on 4 players, and as normal, Paarl boys should come up on top if it's a 4v1. Paarl boys on the top D. He gets a shot off. He's going to get a shot off, and he trips the keeper. Oh, and it goes out the back.
Paarl boys looking to get out here early and get 2 goals back. Keep it level. Rondebosch here giving 2 substitutions on, maybe looking for new fresh legs.
Hannes, go play that side then. Adrian, play. Adrian, switch. Come this way.
Rondebosch ball slap straight through the center.
Kyle, this way.
Looks right.
Good touch. He burns up the pace, but boys are trying to be physical. Does not come out on top. He passes the ball and he gets a short corner.
Finds that lucky foot there.
And Paarl boys giving away a shorty there, just leaving his feet wide open, and Rondebosch still on top. I think Rondebosch is going to be sitting up with their 2 castles and a slip and a running to far post. Let's see if they're going to capitalize on this shorty.
You stay there, behind the line. Oi, Etienne. I said you don't leave the line. Oi, boys, get back. Mark on me.
And it goes to second castle. He goes for a straight beat. Oh, and it's just wide.
Let's go, let's go.
Paarl boys with the 16. And Paarl boys on the attack here, just trying to enter the D, and they get it outside the 25, but it comes high off the Rondebosch stick, but Rondebosch still wins the ball. Paarl boys defender steps in again, but Rondebosch's centre forward still wins the ball, and now he's got a 1v1. He's going into the D. There is a defender, there is an attacker on P spot, but keeper steps in front of him and gets a good clearance away. There's a ball down the line. He takes too long to pass the ball, and Rondebosch's captain steps in and capitalizes on the error. Rondebosch goes through the one defender's leg and onto the other guy's foot. Rondebosch literally just outside the end, outside the D. Rondebosch goes back and forth, and he has an open shot, and far post just cannot get a touch there, but the shot just goes wide. Paarl boys 16.
You had space.
No team looking to slow the game down. Going end to end here. Paarl boys looking to beat it straight down the center, gets stopped by the Rondebosch center link. Unfortunately, hits his foot in the stop.
Paarl boys on the attack again. This Paarl boys centre forward really busy up in their attacking half. But Paarl boys' left link gets the ball and Rondebosch steps in and counters the attack. Paarl boys defender steps in and he's taking too long to pass the ball. Now he's got two Rondebosch defenders on him and a Rondebosch right link has a free shot on the side of the D and he hits it straight into the Paarl boys defender.
Oh, that looked very sore, Greg.
Yo, Cox, I've been there before. It's not enjoyable getting hit with a hockey ball. It feels like you've just been thrown with an acorn. So
Very interesting comparison there. Shame, I hope he's okay. Looks like he's being substituted off.
I think it hit him in the ribs, which is one of the most...
No, I think that hit him in the back there. Lower back, yes. He turned around to try and avoid the ball. Got caught with the back. Very sweet strike by the Rondebosch centre forward. So that's very unfortunate for the Paarl boys boy.
And Paarl boys lose their defender, which has been on the whole entire game. Paarl boys going to the medic. Paarl boys on the attack here on the left-hand side of the field, and Rondebosch steps in to win the ball back. And Paarl boys playing some very attacking hockey, as some could say. As Cox said, both teams are very attacking and not interested in slowing the game down. Once again, he's just trying to hit all the Rondebosch players. Have we seen this before from Paarl boys?
Yes, we have. Rondebosch boys looking to get it up the right flank here. Will they trough? No. Looking to go down that right flank. The 45 ball to the center link. Can he find the final ball? No, he can't. Time running down, 15 minutes left. What can Paarl boys do here? Can they find the equalizer? Can Rondebosch get another goal? Put this game to bed.
I feel if Rondebosch scores another 2 goals, this game should go to bed. But Rondebosch is struggling to find another goal, and Paarl boys needs to try to find this equalizer. And Paarl boys is working really hard to find the equalizer, but they're getting into their final quarter, and then Rondebosch's defense is stepping in. Rondebosch is on the attack again. He tries to give a magical ball through, but unfortunately, Paarl boys defender stops it, but he does get a foot. He goes to the center link, which beats one, and then the next defender steps in and gets Rondebosch's captain's foot.
Rondebosch down the right wing here, using his pace to burn the left back. Can he find a shorty here? No, he can't. Unfortunately, he tried to play that P-spot ball. Defender steps in, gets the deflection.
Goes through the Rondebosch's defender, but he manages to pick it up and he beats 2, and now he passes, but it goes straight to a Paarl boys defender. As I've heard many times, Ben, those horizontal balls are pretty risky playing on the outside balls if you go a horizontal ball into the middle of the field. What do you think?
Yeah, that is a very risky option. Some teams tend to just go straight. If you find that ball, though, it is very lethal on the offense. Paarl boys giving the ball away. Rondebosch on the left-hand side of the field. Rondebosch once again making 2 substitutions.
Just a mistrap, and Paarl boys got the ball on the outside. Rondebosch trying to get a high press going, but they hits it straight to the middle. Rondebosch's centre forward gets it. Rondebosch on the top of the D, and Rondebosch gets the foot, and he has an open shot, and he shoots, and he goes right into the Paarl boys' foot.
Rondebosch, 16 here. Attempted through ball by the Paarl boys center link. They're trying to find that center forward. Both teams lacking to get that final touch in the D today. Rondebosch able to get that very good short corner and that early goal by the right wing with an amazing deflection. Second half, Paarl boys came out, managed to find a quick goal to put the scoreboard at 2-1, still searching for that equalizer, but Rondebosch are pressing down, trying to find that third goal to put this game in a bit more comfortable position.
Yeah, I agree with you. What a good touch, but Paarl boys defender just uses his physicality as the one defender, just bodies him out, which I'm not 100% sure if it's allowed, but that's what the ref's call is, so we move on. Rondebosch gets the ball top D. He's beating 3 players now. He's trying to get a shot off, and it goes into his foot after Paarl boys defender intercepts the ball. Rondebosch defender gets a touch there. That should be called dangerous, but it's not. And now we're moving down the left side. He gives the ball into the D. He has a shot. He has a shot chance. He has all the time in the world, and it hits the guy's stick, and the stick goes flying. And Paarl boys saying Laka Hannes, so I think that guy's name is Hannes.
What an amazing block there by the Paarl boys defender, getting in front of the goals, managing to stop that very powerful shot by the Rondebosch attacker.
Rondebosch enters the D again, but as we see time and time again, Paarl boys defense being very composure, has a lot of composure, and they're managing to clear it out. As we see most teams, they normally start panicking once teams enter the D, but Paarl boys is very composed as he skills through about 5 people and then loses the ball in the D. I feel like he should have passed a little earlier there. Hey, Ben?
Very good piece of skill from that Rondebosch player. Looking to find that position to get in the D, maybe find the foot, maybe get the shot away, just unable to do that this time. Very good tackle by the right back there, finding a foot. Ball to Rondebosch. Very end-to-end stuff here. Rondebosch seeing to not settle down, not calm the game down, but looking to continue to attack to find that third goal. Looking to find that final ball, finds a right wing. Opportunity here to put it on post. Unfortunate that the Rondebosch boy does not get the stop with inside the D.
Ball goes out in the corner. I'm pretty sure Rondebosch should try and press them here if they call it out, but Rondebosch is winning, so I'm not 100% sure. As we've seen, is that Paarl boys is winning all 3 of our goals have come from the other team's mistakes, like mistraps and like when they allowed the ball just to roll onto their foot, and they've been like soft lead ups to the goals, but when the goals have came, it's been well executed goals.
Rondebosch developing the ball down the left-hand flank there, trying to get it in the D. Does manage to do so. Can they find a foot or deflection? Oh, Rondebosch boy. Right wing, far post, unable to get that final touch once again. Rondebosch coming very close to that third goal. 16 to Paarl boys.
Paarl boys, as Ben said, has another 16. They just trying to hit the ball down the field now as time has just hit 8 minutes 20 seconds, and Paarl boys on the attack again with a standard 3v4 because Bosch is playing with a back 4 in this game. Both teams are playing still very attackive, except Bosch has dropped their press from very high, almost on the dotted line, all the way back to just behind the 25, which I'm not sure is intentional, but that's what Ben and I have been seeing this entire game.
Can Paarl boys get out of this situation? Goes for a backstick. Unfortunately can't. Rondebosch trying to build an attack here, get it in the D, maybe find a man on far post, just can't seem to get there. Oh, good pass by the Rondebosch boy. did not go 5. Unfortunately, if you pass it in a D without it going 5 meters beforehand, it is a penalty to the other team.
Rondebosch gets such a soft goal, but it's such a good goal. Standard goes on the outside to the inside for deflection. I think the pass came from Peter Skulk, the left link, and Paarl boys trying to get the ball quickly to try and get an attack going as quickly as they can.
Very good goal there. Classic Rondebosch goal. Work it down the wide and find that easy pass to get that deflection in. Very good hockey by Rondebosch. Now found that final third goal. Is this game put to bed now, Greg, or is it still alive?
I feel like the game's still much alive because, as we've seen in the past, you can score 2 goals very easily in the space of a minute. But according to Bosch's defense so far, they've been pretty solid, except for the scrappy stuff that we've been seeing at the top of the D. But besides that, in the D, I feel like they've been pretty composed. So I feel like the game is still alive.
Rondebosch looking to get up the ball, up the field there. Unfortunately, cannot find that pass. It's Paarl boys' ball on the left-hand side. Paarl boys playing with some urgency now as they need to get 2 goals within 5 minutes 30 seconds.
So as we've seen from Rondebosch is they're playing with like a false 9, and he's hanging very deep, which I think is... Oh, and it just hits the post, which just goes wide. Rondebosch, as we can see, they're pressing here, but I feel like Paarl boys' attackers are more hungry than Bosch's attackers are, but yet Bosch is still in the lead. What do you think about that, Ben?
Yeah, look, Bosch are not settling down here. They are pressing it. Seems like they want to continue scoring goals. Does not look like they're backing down, sitting back and defending. They are here to score goals and more goals.
Bosch once again with the press, and they got a long corner from it. If Bosch gets the ball quickly, they can play it quickly, but pass from the baseline comes good. And we've got a 2v1 here on the edge of the D, and he tries to go through 2 of the players. And Paarl boys wins the ball in there. Once again, Paarl boys very composed at the edge of the D and winning the ball. Paarl boys tries to find the attacker, which he does, but he gets a mistouch, and the right back's beating him for pace, and he tries to cut inside, but it goes straight into another Paarl boys defender. And once again, we see that big goal swing come out from a Paarl boys player, and he passes it to the outside, and Paarl boys still just trying to get the ball away. And Bosch hits the ball away. Ref's not happy about that one.
Paarl boys hitting up, finds the man up front finally with that long pass opportunity. Oh, good tackle by the Rondebosch boy. Finds that foot once again, as you said, Greg. Rondebosch being very clinical with their defending in that final stage, managing to find the foot and bringing a penalty to Rondebosch.
Yo, Ben, I agree. As Paarl boys attacks from the sides, I feel like they are being very clinical. But at top D, they normally miss 1 or 2, and then another defender has to step in. This left back has been having a stun of a game, which for me, if I were to choose, I would say he would be my man of the match.
I don't know, for me that right wing has looked lethal all game. That amazing deflection early on in the game was outstanding. Putting Rondebosch into that early lead, giving them that confidence to go and get that second goal. But here Rondebosch again down the right hand flank. Can they find that right wing that has given them so much this game?
As we can see, Paarl Boys just stepped there, and Rondebosch has an open run into the D, and he slaps it though into the centre forward, but the centre forward falls down on P spot. Could have been a lethal chance if he didn't fall. And Paarl Boys on the attack here, but the centre link steps in once again, who is also been playing very well, which could also be a man of the match contestant. They just try to triple tackle the guy, but the Paarl Boys centre link, but he still managed to get the ball away. As Paarl Boys is on the attack here, they get the ball on the outside. He's looking for a ball in, but he's going to slip one back. No, but he gets the foot. With 1 minute 40 left, Paarl Boys has to score a goal here if they want to be in the game. But as it comes to 1 minute 30, Ben, I think this game is going to rest as it is 3-1.
It's been a very good game. Both teams not backing down. Both teams like they had a very good chance of winning this game. Rondebosch seemed to be very clinical in that final stage and seemed to also have a great defensive line there. Obviously benefiting them a lot when it came to taking their opportunities. As Rondebosch try to build an attack here now, again in the last minute. Good tackle by the Paarl Boys left back. Unfortunately cannot find his man, and Rondebosch will build an attack again.
As you can see, Bosch has an instant sub, and the right wing once again, Ben's man of the match, gets the ball, and he's putting in such a work rate over there. Umpire calls long corner. Time had just hit 45 seconds. Bosch looking to make it 4-1 here, but Paarl Boys looking to be very clinical as they have been for most of the game. Paarl Boys defender decides to stop the ball at the back of his stick, and he slips the ball. He's going to have a shot top D, and he shoots, and it's such a good shot, but keeper does so well. And once again, that right wing in the right place, putting his heart on the line for Rondebosch. You love to see these young schoolboys coming out here today and putting their hearts on the line. Rondebosch with another long corner. With 15 seconds left, let's see what Bosch can do. Bosch gets the ball in the D. They're going to get a short corner. He hits the ball across. Oh, what even happened there?
Just went out. It is a 16 with 2 seconds on the clock as the game comes to an end. I've really enjoyed watching this game. Thank you to everyone tuning in to watch. Enjoy the next game as well.
Yeah, it was truly a good game. Enjoy the next game, folks.
Would he be upstairs? You're making me walk all the way around.